Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MSL. We are here for round four of the MSL Cup Series Season 1. Of course, we are here today at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, one of the most unique tracks to ever see a NASCAR Cup schedule. That's lived to see the modern day, at least. Of course, not talking about ones that would have been there in the 50s and 60s, but today I am joined by nobody. I'm up here by myself in the booth today. Taking a look at the qualifying order real quick, and we see Jay Thompson, the 41, will be starting on pole after a dominant performance last time out at Richmond. Uh, of course, Jay Thompson is now leading the season's points by a by 12 points from Johnny Allen, another 24 back from Don Cleveland. So we'll head over to the race to take a look at the weather conditions today. 72 degrees, a mild day here for Pocono. Mild northeastern winds. Taking a look through the field, of course, Thompson starting on pole. We'll take a quick look at him. There's not really any good camera angles for pit lane. All right, good to know. Uh, Lining up aside Thompson is Bond, who had a rough time out last time in Richmond. Got a little bit lucky with the last minute fuel strategy shenanigans, but unfortunately couldn't recover what was overall a bad day. Starting up right behind Thompson and his teammate Boyd in the 14 car, and alongside Boyd we have O'Neill. Starting in the third row, we got Floyd and Taylor. Behind them, we have Cleveland and Koch. Then it's Stevens and Wiley. Clayton and Witt behind them, followed by Lambert and Sellers. Compton, Rowe, Farley, McCrae, Holt, Crawford, Jay Allen, our second place points uh, leader. If that would be the right word, probably not. After Allen, we've got Finley, then Patterson and Clark, and then rounding out the back of the field is Cross and Horn. An unfortunate qualifying day for Cross, who won last time out at Richmond. A lot of stories coming out of Richmond, to be honest, as it was a very eventful race, all in all, as everybody exits the third round looking to further cement themselves in the points. O'Neill still looking for a good points day after still struggling to get a good result here in the first part of the season. Thompson's going to be looking to extend his championship lead, and we'll see if anybody can catch him before it's too late. Of course, 32 laps around here today. Uh, and after this, they'll be heading back to another 1 mile oval, which will be New Hampshire. I believe it's 1 mile. Could be mistaken. We'll go full screen here, see if we can't look through any of these. Nope. A good camera angle. But again, something to keep in mind is going to be the strategies, especially with it being a cloudy and kind of more mild day. The tires are going to be something to keep an eye on. I would think more so than the fuel. But of course, time will tell. I could be proven wrong. But another driver to keep an eye on is Taylor, starting in sixth. Currently fourth in points, not that far back from Thompson. So I take a look here. Only 28 points back from our championship leader. So they'll be looking to make a jab at it here today. But a big surprise to see up front is Drew Floyd. The driver of the 5 car had a very bad time uh, between Auto Club and Richmond, and is going to be back up towards the front here for Pocono. Of course, at Auto Club, the 5 car got caught up in a pretty nasty incident with the 71 and the 99. Luckily, he was able to continue on and finish the race. Uh, and of course, last time out at Richmond, ended up finishing or almost getting lapped, and then luckily got caught a break through pit cycles. So they'll be looking to get another good points finish here today. We continue to wait for the time to slowly tick down. There's only 10 more seconds left.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the drivers now starting all their engines up, as the pace car will pull out of pit lane and the field will follow shortly behind them. Finally get a good look at the field here. Get yourself a visual representation of where everybody's at. Of course, Cleveland, driver of the 88 car, the biggest contract of MSL so far, and probably will be for quite some time, is still yet to lead a lap this season. So we enter race 4. Only one of 10 cars to do it, or to not do it, I should say. Uh, Less than half the field hasn't led a lap. Take a look further through the field. See a lot of rookies around the midfield point here. Of course, Adam Cross, your Richmond race winner, uh, barely won it through fuel strategy, taking it away from Thompson, who led all but I do believe 8 laps of that race. So definitely not the result that that team was looking for, but still a good point stay nonetheless. This team, as the field exits turn 2 and along the stretch. Of course, teams have been joking all night about the calculators used at Richmond. Hopefully, a lot of the teams brought some better calculators, as one of the spectators points out as a pace car pulls in, and Jay Thompson, driver of the 41 Dodge machine, will take the field to green here at Pocono. Off to a great start, as they're already looking to go 3 wide here down the front stretch. So O'Neal looking to the inside of Bond, keeping his nose in there. Can't quite get there, though. Bond's going to eke him out down the stretch. The field exits 2, or exits 1 and heads towards 2. Floyd looking to take advantage of that good qualifying position. The front 3 start to kind of pull away from the rest of the pack. They cross the line for lap 1. Bond will line up second behind Thompson, and O'Neal's looking to the inside of Bond now. Looking to be aggressive early into the race. Side by side out of 1. Will be a drag race down the stretch into 2. O'Neal still holding on to that inside line. It's going to be the preferred line here through most of these corners, and just take a look. O'Neal flying by, as Floyd and Boyd seem to have taken away from the pack as Cleveland looks to join the rest of them. As Bond seems to be struggling there with pace, starting to slowly fall back as O'Neill and Thompson just start eking out a bigger advantage from the rest of the field as Floyd looking down to the inside of Bond now. Can't quite get there though. Of course, Boyd right behind him looking to take advantage of any mistakes that might pop up as O'Neill looking to the inside of Thompson now to 2. Isn't quite close enough to make it work, but putting some pressure on that 41 car. Down the stretch, single file all the way. At least for the top 10. O'Neill's still kind of trying to find a spot to pass Thompson. Can't quite get there though. Hasn't quite made a good enough run yet. See the field exiting 1. Everybody really spreading out as O'Neill once again looking to the inside of Thompson. It's a bit closer this time. It's going to get side by side with him through 2. It's going to be side by side down the stretch towards 3. Here comes Bond right behind him. Going to be looking to take advantage of Thompson's high line predicament. As Thompson here seems to be finding some grip there on the outside. Might get a run here on the front stretch. Thank you, pace car. If you take a look, it looked like Wiley's having some issues there. Looks like O'Neill's gotten past Thompson, and Bond looks to do the same as Floyd forces it 3 wide down 1. 3 wide for second as O'Neill flies into first. Still 3 wide. They bunch up together into 2. Cleveland right on the bumper of that 5 car. It's going to push him through. But still, Floyd now up into second, but might not be for long as Cleveland looking to the inside of the 5 car, trying to find some sort of advantage there, but that high line's making it work. As Floyd holds onto his lead and Bond takes 3rd. As O'Neill is just leaving the field away. Thompson's still kind of struggling to find some grip there, trying to find his way back into the groove. Here's his teammate Boyd right behind him, the 14 car, looking to help. Cleveland trying to find a way around Thompson, can't quite make it work, so gonna lose a little time through 2. Thompson, though, is going to be slowly catching up to Bond and Floyd, who have been kind of pushing each other throughout the entirety of this lap. Bond's going to be in a good position to make a move into 1. So is Thompson. Still see O'Neill slowly eking out bigger and bigger gap there as front 5 kind of settling down a little. Thompson, Bond, and Floyd kind of sitting there working together, at least for the moment. We'll see how long it lasts. They continue to just slowly catch O'Neill now, finally working together, using some of that tandem drafting to their advantage. Take a look at the times real quick. Yeah, most definitely catching O'Neill. As Thompson looks to the inside of Bond now, looking to take back 3rd. Staying aggressive here, still on the inside of Bond, right on his quarter panel. Is going to fall back into 2, and Cleveland's going to look to take advantage of Thompson. Side by side out of 2. Now the thing to keep in mind is that high line in turn 3 has been kind of strong today so far, as Cleveland kind of forces Thompson up there on the track. Fighting for third as O'Neal pulls into pits. Pit cycles are beginning now. See more cars pulling in. O'Neal, Boyd, and Clayton, it looked like. Yeah, and Stevens and Taylor also join them as we look back here. Something's happened to Wiley way back in the field. Yeah, interesting to see pit cycles this early on. Only on lap 8. We'll have to see where it shakes up towards the end of the race. Could be quite a few pit stops throughout the race. As Thompson finally gets past Bond. Gonna look to chase down Floyd. Maybe not, as they appear to all be pulling in into pit lane. See a few cars staying out. Cross and Koch, it looked like. Yeah, that'd be correct. To go the wrong way in cameras. Keep an eye here on pit lane. Busy pit lane here on lap 10. See everybody picking up some tires. So the lap times pretty quickly start to trail off there. So tires are definitely going to be a big factor here as Floyd gets a good stop, and so does Thompson. Everybody kind of even off pit lane. As Cleveland got a good launch out of pits. Bond is going to be struggling as, contact out of pits between Bond and Cleveland. But it looks like those early stops are going to be the way to go here, as Wiley is going to be sitting in third now as Floyd and O'Neal run away with it. But yeah, scary moment there for Cleveland and Bond. Contact coming out of pit lane. I don't imagine it damaged either car, but definitely not what you want to see. And definitely not heading into a corner, as Thompson and Cleveland side by side down the front stretch. Of course, going through the season, these two could very well be our main championship contenders. It's Wiley continuing to stay out, so interesting to see what happened to the 26 car. I wonder if there was some sort of mechanical problem early on in the race, as Clayton looks to the inside of Boyd and Wiley. Gets to the underside of Boyd, can't quite make it there for Wiley, and Boyd's just going to ride around on the outside. Looks like the whole field's just going to go around the 26 car. They're going to make it work for the most part, as Wiley having an issue there through turn 1. Going to cause the 41 and the 19 to check up there a little. Bond now looks to make a pass around the outside, and here comes Thompson as well, looking to the outside. Take a look back up here. O'Neal continuing to pull away from Floyd. And here's the rest of the field, or the closest competitors, I should say. Boyd sitting in third, Clayton right behind him, and Cleveland looking to take advantage of any mistake that the rookie Clayton might make. As it looks like everybody finally got around to Wiley. I'm assuming Wiley had finally pulled into pits, as Holt back there seems to be having some sort of mechanical problem. Driver of the 33 car, yeah. Smoke billowing out of the car. So not a good day for the 33 team. Wiley in pits. Back up here, though. Field's bunched up quite a bit now that Wiley's out of the picture. Cleveland getting past Boyd. It's Taylor now looking to the inside. Boyd leaving that inside lane open. Looking up here, Floyd slowly catching O'Neal. See there, a big line of cars here for the top 10. It's Lambert, Bond, Compton, and Stevens all side by side with each other. Bond's going to pull away from Lambert. Lambert's another driver that's going to be looking for a good finish here today. He's currently sitting last in points, just right behind O'Neal. O'Neal still our race leader. Floyd right behind him. As it looks like Boyd to the inside of Cleveland now. Trying to look to retake third. Can't quite do it. Or not third, excuse me, fourth. Boyd seems to have lost quite a bit of time there as Taylor's moved up into fifth. Keeping an eye there on our leaders as Boyd and Thompson now right behind each other. Bond still looking on that outside with Lambert. They can't seem to quite get away from each other. Stevens now looking to the inside of Lambert into two. Backs out of it, thinks better of it. It's Taylor looking to the inside of Cleveland into three. Clayton there kind of blocking the way there a little bit. Cleveland can't quite find that run on that outside that everybody else seems to be able to grab. Side by side, Taylor and Cleveland down the front stretch. Boyd looking to take advantage of it into one. Might force it three wide. Can't quite get there, though. As up front, Floyd and the 5 car looking to make a move on O'Neal into two. Gets side by side with him. Don't know if he quite cleared him. He doesn't. O'Neal's going to have that outside advantage, though, into three. Can't quite make it work, though. As Floyd is your new race leader. After a horrid race last time out at Richmond, it's now leading Pocono. So O'Neal looks to be taking it back pretty quickly here, looking into one. Floyd can't quite close the door yet. O'Neal couldn't get there. He'll back out into two. As Cleveland continues to lead this little pack that's formed up here. Taylor sitting right behind him, and Thompson still sitting inside the top 5. It looks like our next round of pit stops is here. Looks like a lot more people are going to be coming in early this time around after what happened last time. It's either Floyd, O'Neill, Cleveland, Taylor, and can't keep track of who else is in there. So we'll keep an eye here on pit lane. See if anybody can get the jump on O'Neill and Floyd. Floyd with a good stop, so was Cleveland. Cleveland's going to be right there with O'Neill. He's going to pass him out of pits. Question is can Cleveland hold on to it, and can they catch Floyd? See quite a few cars still needing to pit. Another driver to keep an eye on is that 26 car on a quite different strategy from everybody else. I don't think it was intentional, but nonetheless, the 26 car is gonna have to find a way to make it work. Clayton as well getting a good pit stop there. Is going to be right behind his teammate. Clayton looking to the inside of O'Neill coming into one. Gets in there enough for O'Neill not to be able to shut the door on him. Going to be side by side out of one. See rest of the field there continuing to slowly bunch up as Wiley leading that pack is going to probably slow them down quite a bit. It's going to be good news for our top five. As Stevens got a good pit stop out of all of that. He's going to find himself right in the mix of it between O'Neill and Clayton. Going to continue to favor that high side. And it's going to work out for him pretty well. They just clear the 9 car. O'Neill covering off the inside from the 51. It's going to leave the door open for the 9 to try to get back. 9 can't quite get there in time, though. It looks like Stevens got a good launch out of 1. He's going to take 3rd away from O'Neill as Clayton now once again fighting with his teammate. Out of turn 2, looked like O'Neill got the advantage there. He's going to have it into 3. Take a quick look at the times between Cleveland and Floyd. Looks like Cleveland is catching Floyd quite a bit there. Clayton and O'Neill continue to fight it out for 4th. Two teammates here, both are going to be looking for some good points days today. Neither of them looking too hot in the championship standings at the moment, to the dismay of their team owner. Both drivers were expected to do good throughout the season. So far hasn't been promising, but there's always time for that to change, and it looks like it will here today, as Thompson going to be looking around the 7 car, his teammate right behind him. Seven clears them off from an inside run, at least out of 3. But here comes Boyd down the inside of Thompson into 1. Gets there in time. It's going to interrupt the battle with the 7. I don't know if that's the smartest move, but it's the choice that was made either way, as Boyd fails to take the position away from Thompson. And here comes Bond, looking to take advantage. Diving down the inside into 2. Side by side into 3. Can Boyd make that outside lane work? Looks like he will as Boyd clears the 28 car. It's Thompson looking to the inside of Lambert now into one. Side by side. Thompson couldn't quite get the run. Lambert's going to slowly eke out. Well, maybe not. As Thompson finds some speed there at the bottom. Still going to have an inside preferred lane into two. Can't quite clear them though, but here comes his teammate to help out. Into three. Can Lambert find that high line success? Doesn't appear so. As Thompson clears Lambert, now Boyd and Lambert side by side. Take a quick look back up front. It looks like Cleveland and Stevens have caught up to Floyd in the 5 car. So we'll be looking to take advantage real soon. Another thing to keep in mind is I do believe we'll still have one more pit cycle to go through as the 51 looks to the inside of the 88 car into 2. Can't quite get a good enough run though. It's going to back out of it into 3. Yeah, Stevens greatly benefited. Oh, I'm having a stroke there. Greatly benefited from the last set of pit cycles. Looking once again down the inside of the 88 car. Again, that 51 machine just can't quite make it work though. The 88's too fast. Stevens once again backs out of it. But all this fighting is going to make it a lot harder for Cleveland to catch up to that 5 car. I'm sure the 5's loving to see this. As the 51's going to be pulling into pits now. Here's our last set of pit cycles. 51's going to stop early, so is Clayton in the 9 car. They go the wrong way in pits once again. Those are only 2 takers this time around. But it gives Cleveland some breathing room. Isn't quite close enough to make it work though. Take a look back here. Looks like Thompson slowly reeling in O'Neill in 3rd now. They're sliding out of 2. See there that the effect on the tires has been pretty substantial here. It looks like now the rest of the field coming into pit lane. Thompson looks to be staying out. It's an interesting call from the 41 team who made the wrong call last time around in Richmond. Keep an eye on pit lane here. Once again, a very busy pit lane here on lap 28. See who gets a good jump. Looks like the 5 and the 88 team got about equal standing there, as O'Neill's got a good stop. So did Sellers in the 88, or not the 88, the 80 car. Looks like Floyd got a good run out of pits. Cleveland, who's been good with it all day, seems to have found a bit of an issue there on that last set of pit cycles. Stevens lost out there through that cycle. Question is can Cleveland hunt down that 5 car? Not a lot of time left to do it. look through pit lane. Here's Thompson contending for the race win early on. It's going to have a good stop. But looks like Cleveland and Floyd have already gotten past him. And here comes O'Neal around the outside. Still puts Thompson in a good spot to fight for third with O'Neal. But once again, not a lot of time to make it happen. Cross as well in that 3 car got a great jump out of pit lane through that cycle. Curley sitting in 5th, though Boyd right behind him. Just going to keep an eye on our front 2. Cleveland's going to be looking to chase down that 5 car. Take a look at times, and looks like he's getting quite a bit of time. See, once again makes up some good time through turn 1. That 88 car seems to be coming into its own here at the end of the race. Oh, and there's been a big wreck. Oh no. The 7, the 51, and the 8 all seem to be involved. The 8's out of the race. Looks like the 27 also got involved. If I had to guess, it was coming out of pit lane. A big wreck, and that's going to be the end of the race there, as it's going to finish under yellow. Great news for the 5 car, who will win the race under yellow. O'Neal's going to bag 3rd, and Compton's going to sit in 4th. But we'll take a quick look at the replay here. I mean, you can just see the damage on those 2 cars. Oh, and it looked like that was a big wreck. Looked like it started from the 5 car. Or not the 5, my bad, the 7 car. Coming out of pit lane. Oh, 4 wide into turn 1. Ooh, a big wreck. Not enough room, and Wiley in that, I think his name is Wiley, or no, Finley, my bad. Finley in the 8 car is going to clip the 51, is going to knock himself out of the race. But bad news for the 7, the 51, and the 8 machine. 27 as well, unfortunately getting caught up in that. I mean, there's really nothing that you could have done there differently. I mean, that 7 car just exited pits at the wrong time. Take a look through the field once again, looking at where everybody finished. Of course, Floyd's going to win the race under caution, as there is most definitely no way that this race goes green in time. Cleveland's going to be finishing the race in 2nd. Right behind him is O'Neal, finally getting a good points day. But major championship implications, especially here early on, is Thompson's going to be finishing in 5th behind Compton. So his championship competitor Cleveland is going to be getting a good point stay and likely taking control of the standings here. So we head into New Hampshire next time around. And here's Sellers sitting in 6th. Boyd in 7th. Cross, after a horrid qualifying position, is going to be finishing the day in 8th. Patterson, Lambert's teammate, is going to get a good points haul here today, sitting in 9th. Clark, the rookie, 10th. We've got Farley in 11th. Bond, who was up there in the mix quite early on, is going to be sitting in 12th. Clayton as well, having not the greatest of pit cycles there through the last round, is going to be finishing in 13th. Witt in 14th. Haven't seen much of him today. Allen, our second in the points, finishing in 15th. Not what they would have wanted for a championship bid. McRae, their teammate, right behind them, finishing in 16th. Then we've got Taylor, who, once again, struggling with these finishes. Is going to be finishing in 17th. Taylor's still looking for that good result at the end of the race. Rowe in the 20 car is going to be finishing in 18th. Horn, another teammate of Lambert's in that 7 car, is going to be finishing in 19th. Crawford in that 77 machine is going to be finishing 20th. Wiley, after again that weird pit strategy, I'm not really sure what was going on there with the 26 machine. Their team today is going to be finishing in 21st, and then Koch, one of those vehicles involved in the wreck in this 27 car, is going to be finishing in 22nd, as he'll be the last of the finishing runners, as 4 cars will have DNF'd from this race, 3 in that accident, and then of course Holt with a mechanical failure earlier on. But for back-to-back races, a rookie will take the checkered flag here. Drew Floyd in the 5 machine wins here at Pocono. Again, a great points day for Cleveland as well. So good result for the Rocket Jumpers teams after what was looking like an abysmal start the last time out at Richmond. Made up for it here today. No matter how it was done, the 5 car still is going to be rolling into victory lane here. We'll take a look at the official standings there, get an overall view if you've forgotten, for those to take their pictures if they want them. Of course, Lambert, Stevens, and Finley are all going to DNF from that pretty nasty accident there out of 1. Again, just an unfortunate case of just a racing incident there. Still very surprised to see that the 8 DNF through that crash. And then, of course, you've got Holt in the 33 machine. Once again, finding some pretty bad luck. I do believe this is their 2nd mechanical failure of the season. So I think that 33 team needs to take a look at what they've been tuning in the engine bay. So obviously, it's causing some reliability issues. As the field heads towards turn 3 for the last time today. Again, very surprised to see that the outside lane worked there through turn 3. As you can kind of see here, I mean, it's pretty flat. So the fact that the outside lane could work there through turn 3 is a bit of a shocker, as now everybody slowly starts peeling into pits to finally finish the day up. An exciting day of racing here, brought to an end by only our 2nd caution of the season there. But a good race nonetheless at what was almost another fuel strategy race there at the end of it. But of course, as always, thank you for watching. Thanks to all that tuned in live, and we will see you next time for New Hampshire.